Hey guys, Tripper here, and welcome back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arceus. It's Arceus. My bad. Alright, come on back. We are headed back to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Another Shinx mass outbreak. Boo! Did I surprise you? I bet I did. I was trying to, anyway. That is the secret technique to catching Pokemon, you see. It's what I call the secret backstrike technique. Hitting a Pokemon's back with your Pokeball will surprise it, making it easier to catch, or giving you an advantage once a battle starts. Nice. If you're part of the Survey Corps now, working to create that Pokedex, as they all are, you might end up meeting every last Pokemon here in Hisui. You should know I'm already looking forward to the day you accomplish that. Alright. Volo. Alright. Um... Oh. I can't let you pass unless you're first. Oh, at your rank, you should be fine. Go on, then. Over here! This is Jay. My, a new face in the village. Not that it matters to me if you're new. If you're here, I assume you're prepared to be of help. I am one of the wardens of the Diamond Clan. You may call me Mai. I suppose you might not even know what a warden is if you're new to Hisui. But such talk can wait. Right now, I'd rather we get straight to the point. I have a problem that I need help solving, so the more important question is this. Do you feel confident that you can lead your Pokemon in battle? Yeah. I do. I beat a few overleveled Pokemon recently. That's good to hear. That security corps of yours certainly wasn't up to the task. This here's my partner, Munchlax. We were raised together like siblings. He battles at my side by choice without needing any silly little balls like you use. Watch him learn. Pokemon battle time? Oh. A critical hit, huh? Ooh. Uh-oh. That doesn't kill, right? Oh, it does. Why did I... No. No. Maybe. I don't have a revive, do I? Shoot. It's fine. My other Pokemon need levels. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to exit out of that. Ah, yeah, what's the point of using anything else? I think I'll lead with Luxio for a little bit. Nice. uh, you really aren't one of the usual galaxy buffoons if you could defeat my partner. Well fought, Munchlax. Oh, thank you. I'll take care of the Pokemon that battled for us. Thank you. I probably should have swapped out. That's my bad. And I'll let you have these. You people make all kinds of things with your crafting, don't you? These should prove to be useful materials. 5 Vivichokes. You and your Pokemon fought well together. You practically acted as one with them. Rather like the legendary hero of old, the one we tell stories of to our children. I think you're indeed the one for the job. You see, I need someone to deal with an alpha Pokemon causing trouble upon Deer Track Heights. It is a large, fearsome foe like any alpha, but you'll come, won't you? To Deer Track Heights? Your ARC phone is beeping. That thing you have, it's showing you where you've got to go, isn't it? My, that is some curious sort of map. Is that one of those Galaxy Team inventions I keep hearing about? It certainly does seem to show the way to Deer Track Heights, up ahead of us. I'll leave this in your hands. You'll do great out there, I know it! Thank you, Akari. Seems you're quite the asset to the Survey Corps. Jeez. New one. Though, before we continue, I must ask, do you already know about Almighty Sinnoh? Almighty what now? I suppose that's to be expected. Allow me to sketch out the basics. Mighty Sinnoh steers all time, said to have created the very universe using its power over time's flow. In the land of Sui, was born in the process. It's by the grace of Almighty Sinnoh that Pokemon can live and thrive here. We of the Diamond Clan are descendants of a people who crossed the sea and settled here in the Hisui region to venerate Almighty Sinnoh. However, it stole away from the world long ago, hiding itself from our sight. Almighty Sinnoh has only rarely been seen by any human, if the old tales are to be trusted. But there are still Pokemon here today in Hisui with a connection to Almighty Sinnoh. And it is the duty of wardens like myself to attend to their needs. A Pokemon that graces Deer Track Heights is one of those honored few. It is directly descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's protection. Follow me and you may understand. No way, there's still... Well, hey, I wasn't able to go over here before. Cool. Angle it up. Well, hello there. Oh there, I'm helping a guy out. I'm after some cherry berries. You know 'em? The shiny red ones. That's where you come in, friend. Throw your Pokeballs? Yeah, yeah. Be sure the Pokeball you throw has a Pokemon in it, mind. It'd be shame to waste an empty ball. If you hand me 3 of those cherry berries you get, I'll tell you another handy tip. Ooh. Yeah, sure, here you go. Thanks. Now then, here's that handy tip I was talking about. You could throw a berry near wild Pokemon to grab their attention and keep them distracted. Why not give it a try on some of the Kricketune around here? Oh, I get more Pokeballs for that. Nice. Wait, don't look at me. Yeah, it makes sense that they'd be aggressive Pokemon. Black Tumblestone, nice. Okay, yeah, he's not still after me. Oh, so even your professor decided to join us? Oh, hi, Leventon. Whoa, thank goodness, I got here in time. As a Pokemon researcher, I could hardly miss out on a chance to observe an alpha now, could I? I suppose that is your business. Fine, as long as you stay out of the way. This is Deer Track Heights. This is where I've long come to pay tribute to a special Pokemon. Pokemon descended from one of those ancients blessed by Almighty Sinnoh. That's not it. That's only a troublemaker, here to disturb the peace with its racket. And that's what you're here for, Jay. To drive that interloper from this place. I'm sure your Pokemon are ready for the battle. Thank you. Upon my word, what a large specimen. Little wonder alpha Pokemon are feared across the land if they're all as oversized as this one. Exactly. They're not only big, though. They are strong and may know moves that others of their kind do not. They're not to be trifled with, let me tell you. Nevertheless, believe you are stronger still than this alpha. So go show it that beyond any mistaking. Be careful, Jay. Size is a potent weapon in and of itself. No doubt this alpha is a powerful and hardy foe. If you must face it, make sure your Pokemon have some strong moves at their disposal. Do I have to battle this one? Probably. Oh, why stir it? Yeah, actually that works. Ouch. Oh. You really are an impressive one, aren't you? Seeing someone best in Alpha like that, it truly reminds me of the legendary hero of old. We best make sure your Pokemon are taken care of after facing off against such a foe. Only one of them got hit, and it's because the Alpha went first. Oh hey. What in the world? It's the Great Weirdeer. He looks upon you with kindness, Jay. Okay, goodbye. Say, the Great Weirder has taken a liking to you. That is fortunate. He's an esteemed Pokemon that can dash across the expanses of Hisui while bearing a human on his back. A human he deems worthy, at least. He is a blessing to us all. Remarkable! Truly outstanding stuff! Pokemon letting someone ride on it. Why, it's just like the ride Pokemon of Alola! Professor Laventon! Jay! Captain Silene sent me. She said that once Jay carried out this request, we'd be able to set up a base camp. Ah, about that. I know this was a joint decision by Adamant and the Commander, but still, is it truly fine for us to set up more base camps like this? The Hisui region is a land created by Almighty Sinnoh for the sake of its Pokemon. As long as your goal is to coexist and thrive together with the Pokemon, then I imagine you should also be allowed to use this land. The Great Weirder has taken a liking to Jay as well. That is a good sign. You have my thanks for what you did today. Our clan leader will hear of how you aided us. I'll come to show my appreciation with a proper reward as soon as I can. Nice. If we want to coexist and thrive with Pokemon, we'll need to stop fearing them and start getting to know them better. That starts with completing the Pokédex. Anyway, we should be able to have that base camp set up once the construction corps arrives. Yeah. Okay. Here we have it, our new base camp upon Deer Track Heights. I'll call it the Heights Camp. From now on, when you set out from the village, you can ask to be escorted to this base camp. Start your excursions directly from here. Having another base camp to start from will be a great help on our surveys. Nice work today, everyone. What say we all head back to the Wallflower? Alright. Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, please, and make it for 3 today as well. Have you all heard the grave news? That frenzied Cleavor from the rumors had ended up mauling some of our galaxy folks who went out to investigate it this morning. Medical Corps has had a hard time getting all the injured back on their feet. Ah, this is the Cleavor that was reportedly struck by powerful lightning. Yes, I did hear he's been behaving most erratically since then. Still, if further investigation is in order, the Survey Corps will, of course, step up to the task. A certain amount of danger is inevitable when researching unfamiliar Pokemon, but I'm sure Jay here can handle things just fine. Are you certain? I've heard Cleavor's so mighty, even alpha Pokemon don't compare to him. Now, you forget that the strengths of Pokemon are key items of information that we of the Survey Corps are duty-bound to research. And since this perilous work of ours calls for a clear head and fighting fit physique, I do believe a good night's sleep is in order after this fine meal. Alright, Leventon. Good morning, Jay. You should hurry to the commander's office before he decides to use you for sumo practice. Cool. There you are. Let's hurry to headquarters. Look who's being punctual. Finally realized you're wasting Almighty Sinnoh's precious time by bowing to a sham? There you go again, insisting on your false image of Almighty Sinnoh as a ruler of time. My people follow the true Almighty Sinnoh, the font of all creation and ruler of space. Ha! You could have all the space there is and still not know what to do with it. Excuse me, are you really suggesting that you make better use of your time than we make of vast Hisui space? Better than some. It's a miracle you showed up on time, O mighty leader of the Pearl Clan. Worried you get lost in the pointlessly vast space you're so fond of and never show up. Me get lost in Almighty Sinnoh's great gift to the Pearl Clan and our world's very basis? You wish. I wish that I hadn't let myself get dragged into arguing with you. Almighty Sinnoh, forgive me. What a waste of time. I'm off to Commander Kamado's office. I believe it was you who started this. Cool. You can feel the tension when those two show up. You haven't met them, have you? The woman with the reverence for space is Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. The man who was going on and on about time, Adaman, leads the Diamond Clan. The Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan grudgingly coexist at the moment. Apparently, things used to be less peaceful. But the commander, is waiting. We should save this conversation for after you report to him. Alright. Oh, it's further up the stairs, huh? I'm here. What do you intend to do about that Cleavor, Commander Kamado? He may be descended from a warrior of Almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. You do get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is lost. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Cleavor is a precious lord of the Pearl Clan, is he not? That's the point. My clan can't intervene directly where a lord of the Pearl Clan's concerned. If my people were to do something, our two clans might end up back at each other's throats, just like we used to be. But even folk of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's got to do something here. Who then? Who would the Diamond King clan have the Pearl Clan bring down one of its own honored nobles? I don't believe I said that. Thought it, maybe. Might as well have said it, you fool. Look, we don't even know what drove Lord Cleavor into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself. This is the first as far as my clan knows, too. I see you have arrived. This is Jay, the newest member of our survey corps. Aha! I hear from you earned Weirder's favor. Good to finally meet you, stranger from the Rift. I am Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. But that's a mouthful. Just call me Adaman. If you came from beyond the space-time rift, could you be from the space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside? I'm Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords. That's why I have trouble believing such a tale. Could you really have passed through that rift?
I have a proposition. Why not send this one to study Cleavor before deciding what must be done?
You'd send this stranger who supposedly fell from the rift to study Cleavor? This newcomer with no experience?
Says the leader with almost no experience.
Being a good leader isn't a matter of time, it's a matter of embracing Hisui's vastness without fear.
Well then, there you have it.
If how new you are doesn't matter, then let's give the kid his chance.
I'm sold, Commander. Let's try this your way.
This should be fun. I'll get to see how good your galaxy folk really are, with all your weird ways, putting Pokemon in those strange balls and what have you. That whole practice bothers me. Almighty Sinnoh made Hisui vast so Pokemon could live freely throughout. We're meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves above them.
We do not use Pokeballs from a desire to control our Pokemon, only so that we can live together. Allow us to show you what we can do. This is your mission now, Jay. I order you to study Cleavor and help us find the truth of this situation.
I accept. Gladly.
Remember that you are a stranger who appeared one day out of the very sky above us. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. If you wish to be fully accepted and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone.
Well, that's settled, and there's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods, Cleavor, is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength. Be warned.
Listen to me. The Galaxy Expedition Team has come to the Hisui region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. We mustn't do anything to threaten our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans. Understand?
Join me downstairs, Jay. We'll cover the details of this new mission.
Alright, Silene.
I'll do that and then I'll end off the video. Because if you couldn't tell, I'm kinda tired. It's pretty late for me. I got a little more to do after I finish this. And then I'd love to go to bed as soon as possible.
Ah, good, you're already here.
Professor Leventon, the briefing, if you please.
Yes, let's get right to it. So, Jay, I understand you've been requested to find out the cause of Cleavor's frenzied state. But as you're aware by now, Cleavor is a mighty thing. Nigh invincible, even. The Security Corps tried throwing Pokeballs at Cleavor when they were attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. It seems he's a far trickier opponent than even those aggressive species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside of battle once they're riled.
I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it?
Of course.
Very well, then let us go over the particulars. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the noble seats.
So perhaps a good starting point for a research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they normally leave for this Cleavor.
Jay, we need to speak with you.
Listen, that rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. That world might be where Almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true Almighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. Very well could be. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that might mean you traveled through time by Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it. You must have just been swimming in its divine might. Well, I've got a favor to ask of you. Oh, amazing time traveler. Don't just study Cleavor. Quell his frenzy. Well, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Edelman. We were just discussing our next steps with regard to this whole Cleavor situation. Oh, you must be that Galaxy Team's scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Cleavor. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too, but it's hard for them to come right out and ask those of the Galaxy Team people. Those of the Galaxy Team, of all people, for help. And the truth is, we Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. Pokemon dear to us, off in the mountains, has flown into the same type of frenzy as Cleavor. Now, there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still, we all got to share, Sui, and that means we ought to tackle our problems together.
But there aren't many capable of standing up to such powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we've got. You'll find Cleavor at Grand Tree Arena. That's in the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a boy named Lian. Lian is a brilliant child, but also a bit, well, sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know. He'll tell you all about his beloved Cleavor, whether you wish him to or not.
Anyway, I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later.
Bye, Adaman. He certainly left quickly once he'd finished talking. I suppose he really values his time.
Adaman and Mai weren't wrong, you know. If you're to study and perhaps even quell Cleavor, you'd best start by visiting his abode.
Our new Heights camp would be a handy place for setting out toward Grand Tree Arena. And you should stop by the pastures, too. You'll want to choose the best Pokemon to bring.
Yep. Well, anyway, maybe not today, because that's about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.